All right, guys, we're gonna start today lying on the back. So lie on down and bring your feet 1.5 times your shoulder width or a little bit wider than the mat. We're gonna bring the arms out to a T. And from here, we're just gonna let the hips fall in side to side, just getting some hip openers to begin. Just nice and gentle, loosening up the hips. Since this is meant for recovery, we're just trying to create some gentle, mostly circular motion in these various areas of the body. So keep the intensity nice and low. We're just here for blood flow and a little bit of motion to keep things feeling good. Okay, so let's lie with both legs straight out. And we're gonna do some hip circles with the left leg. So we're gonna start by pulling the knee to the chest, the left leg then out to the side, and then bring the legs around to meet each other. So here we go. At the halfway point, we'll change directions. So nice, easy circles. Make sure there's no clicking, crunching, or pain. Just move through your pain-free range of motion at a medium pace. We can switch sides, or switch directions, rather. Nice and easy. Okay, so from here, let's bring the knee bent. Take hold of your hamstring. So we're just gonna kick the leg straight and flex the toes, and then bend the knee. Kick as straight as you can. Here we go. So flex and kick the leg straight, and then bend. So we're just extending the knee, then bending the knee. Extending the knee, and bending the knee. Feeling a light hamstring stretch every time you kick. Nice and easy. All right, so we're gonna just take that leg bent over to the right-hand side and lie on your right side. Once we're here, we're gonna lie with the right arm out in front. We're just lying on the side. We're gonna draw a big circle over the head. So keep the knee across, big circle, all the way around, and then back the other way. Try to keep the hand as close to the floor as you can, and keep the left knee heavy. So we're opening the spine and rotating the shoulder. Try to keep your weight down on that knee, as close to the floor as you can get it. It's okay if it comes up a bit. Just drawing these nice big circles. And then from here, we're gonna keep that position and just open up to a T-spine stretch. So we wanna keep the left knee on the floor and just let the weight of gravity pull the left side open. We're just gonna hold this static stretch, turn the head to the left, let gravity take that arm down. Try to keep the left knee as close to the floor as you can, and just let it stretch. And let's return to center. Bring the feet nice and wide again for those supine hip openers. So from here, bring your feet 1.5 times your hip width, arms out to a T. We're just gonna let the hips fall in side to side, stretching the internal rotation nice and easy. Okay, so from here, let's lie the legs out flat. We're gonna do hip circles with the right knee. So pull the right knee into the chest, out to the side, and bring them to meet again. Halfway through, we'll switch directions. So here we go. 2, 1, bring the knee to the chest, out to the side. Nice big circle. Pain-free range of motion the whole time. And let's go ahead and change directions now. So we'll go out to the side first, then up through the center. And let's bring the hands behind the hamstring, and we're going to do some leg extensions. So from here, straighten the leg, pull the toes back, and then bend the knee. Just feeling that little bit of stretch in the hamstring. Here we go. So extend and bend. Just opening up the back of the leg. And just take that leg bent. We're going to take it across the body. So the right knee is going to be on the floor, and then the left is lying on the left-hand side. And we've got some big circles with the right shoulder. Keep the knee as close to the floor as you can. Nice big circles, open up. It's okay if the knee comes up, don't worry. This is low intensity, so we just want to do what feels good and relaxing with these stretches. Nothing too intense. Big circles. All right, and then from here, keep this knee on the floor if you can, and then open the right arm up to the side and let gravity do its thing. Let the arm come out, and we're rotating the spine. There we go, settle into the stretch. Nice and easy. The lower back and the chest stretching gently. Awesome stuff. So we got a quick break, 45 seconds before we move into our next little circuit here. So take a moment. If it feels good, you can set back to some child's pose. Whatever stretch feels nice, grab some water. We're going to be from the hands and knees position, mostly next. Be a kneeling sprinter. Might want to take this time to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Until the new year, we'll be posting just once a week on Sundays. After that, we've got a fun January program, mobility focus for everybody. So let's take the left leg forward, and we got some kneeling sprinters. So from here, we're going to push back into a hamstring stretch, and then push forward into a hip flexor stretch. And we're just gently going back and forth. Back into a hamstring stretch, and forward into a hip flexor stretch. Nice and easy. Okay, so shift your weight forward. We're gonna have the right hand on the floor. Left hand's gonna be on the knee. If you need to, you can walk your foot back a little bit closer to your body, and we're just gonna create some circles with the hip. So just use your hand, and we're gonna just make some circles with the hip in this lizard position to feel the groin and maybe ankle stretch. Just big circles, just do what feels good with it. All right, so from here, let's sit right back. So the left leg's gonna be straight, right leg is bent, and we're focusing on this right shin. So keep the shin flat. Make sure, I know you can't see it, but make sure your ankle is straight, and we're just gonna be lifting the knee to stretch the front of the shin. Try not to let your toes point out to the side. You want the shin straight so that we're feeling this front of the shin, the tibialis anterior stretching as we go up and down, nice and gentle. Try to keep as much of the foot on the ground and feel the front of the shin stretch. Okay, so from here, we're gonna move ourselves into the 90-90 position. So we're gonna have a 90-degree angle with the right knee, 90-degree angle on the left knee, and let's lean the body towards the left leg. And from here, we're gonna go nice and tall and around this, straight spine and stretch into a glute stretch. And when we reach the bottom, round the back and come out of it. You can go to a variety of directions. So try going left and right, but long spine, flat back, forward into the glute stretch, and then around the back out of it. So stretch wave. Time your breathing. Exhale at the bottom. We're just trying to move through all the areas of the glute and just get some motion. Okay, so from this 90-90 position, sit up nice and tall. We're gonna take the right hand and hold on to the right shin. And so from here, we're gonna just lean to the side. So we're trying to bring the right armpit to the right heel and reach the arm up and over. So we're stretching the side body and the hip, and we're just gonna go back and forth some reps here. Try to deep breath in, exhale as you go to the side, feeling the hip and the side body stretching. All right, we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So we're gonna come to our hands and knees position, bring the right leg forward beside the hand. We've got our kneeling sprinter stretch. So we're gonna come back into a hamstring stretch and then forward into a hip flexor stretch. So here we go, let's begin. So back, we've got our hamstring stretch, forward, hip flexor stretch. Just gentle back and forth. Try and keep it low intensity, 6 out of 10. All right, so we're gonna stay in this lizard position. So left hand on the floor, right hand's gonna be on the thigh, and we're just gonna create some circles with that right hip. Let's do what feels good. So hip circles here. You can go out and in and just feel the hip stretching. Nice and gentle. No intensity here, just nice and easy. Just moving the hip joint through its range of motion. A little bit of ankle stretching too. Should feel nice. All right, so let's sit back with the right leg straight and the left shin tucked in at the side. So try to keep as much of this left foot on the floor, and we're just lifting this leg up and down, stretching the tibialis anterior here. So up we go. Really like this particular stretch. If you are a runner and you suffer from some shin splints, this is a great way to kind of alleviate some tension there. It's easy feeling that stretch in the front of the shin. All right, and let's sit into that 90-90 position again. So this time the right leg is forward. We're gonna do the glute stretch. So long through the spine and forward. And once we feel the maximum stretch, round the spine and come out. So here we go. Long and forward and round out of it. And feel free to try some different directions. Maybe you're more tight when you move to the right of your knee. Maybe you're more tight when you move to the left of the knee, like me. Everybody's a little bit different. Do what feels best for you. Part of mobility training is listening to your body and finding the ways to use leverage to your advantage. Okay, so let's take the left hand on the left shin, and we're gonna, from here, try to bring the left armpit down to the left heel and reach the right arm up and over. Feel the stretch in the hip and the side body, and we're just gonna do some reps here, nice and easy. Reach up and over. So breathe in and exhale as we stretch. right, next up, we have our hands and knees. We're gonna work on the upper body. So we're gonna start off with cat and cow in the next chunk. So we'll be on the hands and knees to begin rounding and arching the back. This is a great first thing in the morning stretch, last thing before bed stretch, the cat and cow. Great for just working on the spine mobility. Plus it feels great. You'll notice it if you follow along to our videos. Often you'll see it in a lot of our videos. Spine flexibility is very, very crucial. I've always loved the quote, "You're only as young as your spine is flexible." So let's go ahead and begin from hands and knees. We're going to start by rounding the back and sucking the stomach in. Tuck the chin and exhale. And then the other way, arch the back, deep breath in, and look up. And we're just trying to bend the spine as much as you can in each direction. We're going to remain in this hand and knees position. We got thread the needle. We're going to do everything with the left side first. So from here, we're going to reach the left arm up to the sky and open, and then take the left arm under. Try to touch the back of the shoulder on the floor. So here you go, left arm up to the sky, open, and then bring the back of the arm on the floor and stretch. So we're trying to rotate as much as you can in both directions here. Reach and open, and down and rotate. Up and open, and then down, rotate. Okay, so we got a fingers back stretch. So take the left hand and we're gonna turn the fingers to point back towards our own knee. Keep the fingers on the floor and we're gonna bend and try to get the elbow as close to the ground as you can, stretching the fingers and the wrist. So here we go, nice and gentle. Push it down, feel the stretch through the hand and the wrist. We're just gonna do some reps here. This is particularly great if you spend a lot of time on a computer. It's fantastic for loosening up those wrist flexor muscles. Or if you work with your hands, this is great as well. Or if you want to learn how to do the front rack position from Olympic weightlifting, it's helped me unlock it. Awesome stuff. So we got our radial nerve floss. This one will feel a little bit yucky, but nice at the same time. So we're going to sit and pull the fingers back and for the entire motion. So pull your fingers back and then push your palm out. You'll feel a tingly feeling in your pointer finger and middle finger all the way up. Once you reach the top, turn the fingers to point back down and continue. So we're trying to push the palm forward and pull the fingers back as we extend the arm out. Just turn. We're just doing some radial nerve flossing here. It's gonna feel a little bit icky, but also nice at the same time. Nice and long. One more here. All right, and we're gonna do some half neck circles. So we can take the hand and sit on it. So we've got some leverage, and then lean the body weight off to the right-hand side. And from here, we're just gonna do half circles. So turn the head to the side and down to the center, and then back to the side. So we're stretching all the fibers of this left trap. So think about pushing the top of the head out of the socket of the spine, like you're trying to push the spine long. And use the leverage of the hand to feel this nice stretching through the neck here. All right, and we're gonna go back to our cat and cow. So rounding and arching the back, and then we're gonna do that whole sequence again on the right-hand side, and then we're done. So from here, let's start by rounding the back, tucking the chin, and then arch and look up, breathing in. Rounding. Fantastic. We got some thread the needle now with the right hand side. So we're going to take the right hand up to the ceiling and rotate, and then try to take the back of the shoulder onto the floor and rotate each direction. So let's go ahead and begin. So right hand up to the sky and rotate, open up through the chest, and bring the back of the shoulder down to the floor. We're just going back and forth here. Open and rotate, and back of the shoulder on the floor. Okay, so we got the fingers back stretched. So this time the right hand, the fingers are going to point back towards the knee. Keeping the fingers on the floor, we're going to try and push the elbow down to the ground to stretch the fingers and the wrist. Let's get ready. Go. For most people, you're going to notice quite a bit more tightness on this right side, especially if you use a mouse a lot for work. You'll notice that this side is noticeably tighter, at least most people. That's the case. It's okay if it's not. There's no rules for these types of things here. Everyone's a little bit different. And that's good. So we got our radial nerve floss. So have a seat. We're going to pull the fingers back towards the shoulder and push the palm out of the socket. And then from here, we're going up. And then we'll turn. So here we go. Fingers point out and reach up. You might feel some tingling in the thumb and the first two fingers. That's totally normal. And then down. This is awesome if you suffer from any carpal tunnel. I had a really intense bout of carpal tunnel myself back when I was competing with Olympic weightlifting and a little bit more serious with it, as well as playing a lot more video games at the time before I had kids. And I just suffered from a lot of carpal tunnel in the right hand, and this helped me. Awesome. And the last thing we're going to do, so let's tuck the hand under the shin so we've got it for leverage, and lean off to the side to feel that stretch to the trap. This hand is pulling the shoulder down, and we're going to do some half circles with the neck. So here we go. Start down, out to the side. You can try rotating your head, whatever feels best for loosening up those trap muscles. Just some half circles. All right, guys, awesome work today. Thanks so much for joining me. We'll see you guys in the next one.